So if you do not have a birth partner, we are going to do 3 positions today. One is goddess pose, which you can do just normally. The second one is going to be a wide leg forward fold. So if you have a chair, or you can use the edge of the couch, that can be your partner. And then the final one is just a nice massaging technique so that you can then practice that, which can be used during labour. Okay? So get yourselves anything that you need, or your birth partner. Welcoming my birth partner. So the first one that we're going to do today is a goddess pose with a difference. So if you do not have a birth partner right now, then just come into your normal goddess position, toes out, heels in, sinking the hips down, making sure that the knees are tracking over the ankles, and trying to get hips in line with knees. Okay? Elbows, spider fingers, high five, shoulders in line with the elbows, nice and strong. And making sure that we are not adding to that curve of the lumbar spine, but that the tailbone is grounding down, that we're engaging that rib cage, sinking nice and low. Using the breath and experimenting with the breath that feels good. If you have a birth partner, you're going to face opposite each other. So just come and stand on the mat, and you're both going to take your goddess pose. It does not matter if you are different heights or sizes, so coming into your goddess pose, but taking your arms out and taking hold and clasping their hands. So you want a nice strong clasp on their arms. So from here, you're slowly going to both just lean back a bit. So it's all about trust, and just slightly lean back. So give a little bit of leeway. If they're heavier than you are, then be like, give a little squeeze of the arms so that they know. And then what we're gently going to do is we're going to move. So we're going to move, literally taking that right arm back, ladies, gentlemen or birth partner, left arm forwards, and then moving to the other side. So getting a little bit of a twist. At the same time, as you should be able to see, I'm just leaning back a little bit. So you're trusting and using each other's weight to counterbalance. If you realise what it's like usually in goddess pose, if you've been in it this long already, you're usually like getting short on that breath. But by just using each other's weight, you get a lovely twist, nice open twist, but also working through. Goddess pose is a great optimal birthing position, optimal fetal position too. So just use it to get a nice, beautiful breath work here. Inhaling, exhaling for the twist, inhaling for center, exhaling for the twist. And if you really want to step it up a little bit more, you can come and face each other opposite, central, holding on, sinking down, and then in turns, lifting one heel off the mat, and then the other, not 2 at a time. A little advantageous here. So 1 at a time, but once again, using that weight to allow you to just sink back and take that weight off the legs. So take 1 more twist each to the side, 1 to the right, and 1 to the left. Coming back to center, straightening out through the legs. Now if it feels good, you can always both them. So what you want to do is take a nice forward fold. Toes are going to come in, heels slightly out. Now from here, you're going to get your birth partner to make sure you've got that nice straight back. So once again, you can do this if your birth partner isn't here. And what they want to do is keep an eye, so if you just come to the side behind, you want them to make sure that you've got that nice straight back. So as soon as you start to round through the back, wherever you are, they can see this and then literally point at the part of my body that is rounding, and I can feel that my upper back's now rounding, so I can open my chest up. They can even use their arm, that nice straight arm, to help you feel that straightness as you start to hinge from the hips rather than rounding from the back. Now the position that Johnny's in right now means that 2 things he can do. 1, he might want to rub my lower sacrum, which is really nice, just gentle rubbing, releasing any tightness in my lower back. That could feel really good. I can use blocks, I can use cushions if I can't reach the floor. Or it might feel better if he places them both hands on my sacrum, one on top of the other. And he can then use, so one on top of the other as if you're sort of like trying to bring somebody's heartbeat back to life. And he can now start to apply his weight, his body body weight onto my sacrum, which feels really, really nice. So rather than pushing down with the strength of his arms, he's pushing down using his body weight. And this is where you can start to say, you're too heavy, that's too much, or actually, like you can apply a bit heavier, you can apply a bit more body weight. And if it's easier for them, they can stand in front of you so that you're standing here. Johnny, if you move around, so you're facing me, so that they can then take a sort of warrior two position if they want, or wide leg forward fold, and also get like a workout as they're pushing down and using that weight. Take one more breath wherever you are, and then slowly bring yourself back up. So we've got one more, and this is a really nice massage technique. So you're going to take your birth partner is going to make a fist in both hands. Nice. And the option here is you can either do it standing or you could do it on all fours. And this is something that you can do while you're in labour to help with the contractions and the surges. So I'm going to come on all fours so that it might be easier to see. And you're going to place the flat part of your fist into the fleshy part of your bum. So you're going to start to knead around the fleshy part of the bum and into the hips. And once again, they're going to be applying pressure, and this is why it's quite good if they're applying their sort of body weight at the same time, rather than just using up all the strength in the arms. So as the surge comes, to help minimize that pain, to use that breathing technique, they're going to start to apply the pressure through the fist. Now it might be that you want them to press harder and they can start to use a bit more of their body weight. And you can start to massage in circles around the bum muscles and then take it out to the side, pushing into the hip joints. So it might feel if they push both fists into the hip joints at the same time. Yes, so holding it, pushing nice and hard, that might feel so nice when that surge comes. And you can use that breath, and they can knead into the hips, they can knead into the muscles. Using that breath, golden thread breath is quite nice here, where you inhale, blowing out the candles. And remember, in all fours, we want to make sure that we've got that nice flat back. So with our birth partner behind us, they can also start to see if we're sort of sinking down. You might want to take your birthing ball, if you've got one, to roll over here, or you can always come down onto your elbows. And a nice one just to finish off. So once they've kneaded your bum, you can then what we call shake the tree. So from here, your birth partner is just going to take their hands to your bum and down the thighs and just start to shake that area. So often it really helps to just loosen up. After the surges where you've contracted, you've made the muscles really tight, they've tried to knead them as a massage to relax them. But often it just takes this nice sort of shaking the tree, as they call it, just to relax through them. And the breath that goes really nice with this is our horse breath, our raspberry lips. Inhaling, helping to relax through the entire body. Inhaling through the mouth, and then slowly releasing. Thank you very much. You can go and get them to make you a nice cup of tea. So 3 things there. A way of doing your goddess pose, but getting a nice little twist using their weight. Second one is that pressure that you can apply, and then that final one there with the massage. The other one we're going to do, so if you've got your birth partner still around, you can use them. Otherwise, you can use the chair or the couch. And this is your wide leg forward fold. So I'm going to do this without the birth partner to help you there. But what you can do, you sit wide leg opposite each other. If you want to put that cushion underneath, you can. Otherwise, your birth partner is going to sit opposite you, also putting the feet. Now, they don't need to match up. The feet can go into the legs. If you do not have a birth partner, 2 hands, no problems. You can grab your chair, sit wide-legged, and then start to grab the back of the chair. So maybe you're here, just resting the face on the chair, starting to grab the back of the legs going into a nice forward fold. Feels really nice. And then as you get a little bit deeper, you can take that chair a little bit further away and start to lengthen through that. Otherwise, you can bring yourself against the couch, and from here, you can start to open the legs up, pressing them against the couch, and then grabbing either the underneath of the couch if you want to go deeper, or once again, resting the arms on the couch and just lowering the head down. So even if you don't have a birth partner who is going to be sitting opposite you, clasping hands, similar to what we did with our goddess pose, where you then start to move that person forward, they lean back, and then taking it the other way, you can use that couch. The nice thing about having that birth partner is that then they can look at your back, they can make you sit up nice and tall, making sure you're keeping it nice and straight, rather than often people round through as they go forward. So you can sit up nice and tall and start to hinge from the hips, engage in the thighs, rolling forward. So wherever you are, whether you're with your birth partner, taking it in turns to go one way and then the other, or if you're using the couch or the chair, just gently, nice and gently, start to bring it forward. So we're going to take 2 more breaths here, wherever you are, and then come into a nice Shavasana. So walking the hands down, maybe taking, if you can, the elbows to the floor, or maybe you want to pile up the pillows if that feels good. Once again, heels grounding down, toes up to the ceiling, peeling back. Gently bring yourself back up wherever you are. Bring those knees together. So we're going to have a look at Shavasana today and the different ways in which we can close the practice with our Shavasana. Now the classic is to lie on your left hand side with the knees bent and together, maybe putting a pillow or a block between the legs, and then coming to lie down on the side, using, if you like, the arm as a pillow. Maybe you want some cushions, a blanket over the top, as much padding as you feel necessary. Now, one of the things that we said today was about heartburn, so I'm going to offer you a different variation for your Shavasana, and it involves lots and lots of cushions, lots and lots of padding. So we want to open up into the chest, and if this feels good to you because you'd like to get some nice deep breathing going on, you bring the soles of the feet together and you open out the knees to the side, so our butterfly legs. And then from here, we're just going to take a nice reclined butterfly. So from here, you can just start to take all the pillows that you've lined up off the couch, open yourself up, so you want to get that nice support underneath the back, but opening up of the chest, and then take the head down, feet together, knees wide, and open up. So you're raised off the floor, elbows just alongside the body, palms face up. And maybe this feels really good here. If it doesn't, this should be good for heartburn. If it doesn't feel good, then you can come to lie on the left hand side in our classic Shavasana. And we're going to finish with just a nice final breathing technique called the Ujjayi breath. It's often known in hypnobirthing as J breath, but it's notorious in yoga as the Ujjayi breath. We're going to do 3 rounds, and then we're going to just like switch off to our normal breathing and lying here as long as we like, listening to the playlist that you have chosen. So for Ujjayi breath, we take a nice inhale in through the nose. And then it's a restriction at the back of the throat. So it's a bit like fogging up a mirror, but with the mouth closed. So it's that HA sound, but with the mouth closed. So maybe try breathing in at first, doing the HA sound, fogging up the mirror, and then closing the mouth as you're doing it. Ujjayi breath is a great breath to use when you're actually doing your sort of moving down, moving baby out through the birth canal. Two more of these. And then just allow your breath to return to its normal breathing. Allow the mind to be nice and clear as you start to visualize your happy space, your happy place. So wherever that may be, a beach, your garden, maybe your favorite holiday destination, maybe it's your bedroom, maybe it's the bath. Wherever your favorite place is, I want you to start to visualize lying there, relaxed, peaceful. Your baby is calm, your body is relaxed, your mind is still. Relaxed, calm. Allow yourself to let go of any negative energy. Relaxed and calm. Lying here for as long as you need to, knowing that baby is safe, you are safe, you are relaxed, and baby